World Show. Yay, yes, applaud me. Thank you, there will be cats. My name is Liz, and I will be your hostess today. We are from Great Cats World Park, located in Cave Junction, Oregon. We have a facility there that houses over 50 cats and represents 17 different species and subspecies. We are a fully functioning wildlife park with nothing but cats. Now, how many of you have cats at home? Show of hands. I see quite a few of you. But how many of you put your kitty on a leash? A few brave souls. Did you take him for a nice drag? Yes. Now, we are working with live animals here today, so I do have a few guidelines. Some things I would like you to keep in mind as the show goes forward. Guideline number 1, the cat can see you. This is important because by and large, cats are stalk and ambush predators, which means when they come on stage and look at all these smiling faces, what they're looking at is one big comfortable herd. Until one person stands up to get the perfect shot and goes running down the center aisle. At that moment, that individual has just separated themselves from the herd. Let's let that one sink in for a minute. What that causes is the cat to come to a complete stop. They're going to watch that individual until they ascertain, is that a new part of the show? Is that a new toy? Or is that a threat? A cat that feels threatened is going to completely stop what they're doing and duck backstage into their safe place. Show is over for that cat, and that's no fun for anybody. So what I'm asking is that you stay where you are. If you find you've run out of beer or you need to use the privy, that is okay. Just wait until a moment that we do not have a cat on this stage to change where you are.
So
guideline number 2, the cats can hear you. This is your opportunity to interact with the show. The cats are smart. They understand that applause is approval. So if the cats do something cool on stage before you today, give them a big round of applause. Now, lords and ladies, are you ready to meet some cats? Down through the ages, man's world has been intertwined with that of the animal kingdom. And that is especially true for our big predators, the lions, the tigers, and the bears. Well done. They've become a part of our thoughts and our feelings, our myths and our legends. They even played an important role in our own development. Was it not primitive man's fear of the predator in the dark that spurred him to find and utilize fire and develop better weaponry? Now, 37 different species of cats share the planet with us today. And when we're thinking of cats, we're thinking of big cats like cheetahs and jaguars, big, bold, powerful predators. But of 37 species of cat, only 7 are classified as big cats. That means there are 30 small to medium-sized cats that many of us are not aware of. Like the first cat we are going to introduce today. She is a medium-sized cat from Africa. She is a cat that we like to call our spare park cat. Lords and ladies, if you'll please put your hands together for Sheena, the serval. Now this is Sheena's first appearance on stage, ladies. Let's see how she does. Now, as I mentioned, we do like to call this our spare parts cat, and for those of you who can see her, I'll tell you why. That is because this cat has the nose of a dog, ears of a fox, tail of a raccoon, legs of a deer, and the spots of a cheetah.
I don't know if you remember Sheena from last year. She's one of our little babies that we had here. She was in the palm of my hand when she first got here. So she was born at the park. Now she's about a year old, getting all grown up here. As Liz said, those long legs, big ears, short tail, built kind of like a cheetah, lives in the savannas where the cheetah lives. A lot of people mistake this cat for the cheetah. We're just gonna let her hang out here, get used to the stage. She's never done a stage appearance before. She was always too little to do any stage work. So this is her first day on stage, and she's probably wondering, wow, look at all these people. Yeah, survey the herd here. So you can see the long legs. This cat's body style tells you a lot about how she operates and hunts. Those long legs tells you she's built for speed, and she's the fastest of all the medium small cats in the world. Second fastest cat in the world. Now we all know the fastest cat, the cheetah, much longer legs, can run 70 miles an hour. These guys can go at 40 plus miles an hour. But for short distances, remember, all cats have small lungs and hearts, so they tire very quickly. They can only go about a quarter mile on a full run. After that, they've got to shut down, rest, get ready for the next hunt. So they're short ambush burst hunters. Short tail, because they're not going to be a great tree climber. Why? Too long of legs. You want to be a tree climber in the cat world, you want to have short legs so you're built low to the ground so you can hug that tree. She's going to be built for the run. Now, one of the favorite foods here for this cat, they're going to eat rodents, ground birds, a lot of snakes, insects. They got those long arms so they can reach down a gopher hole, a little rodent hole, and snag what's ever down there. Also, look at the ears. Most cats hunt by sound, or by sight. They spot their prey, they stalk, they ambush. But the little servos living in the tall grasslands in Africa, hunting rodents and ground birds, she can't really see those prey items. So they pinpoint the location by sound. Watch her work those ears. They can work those ears independently, cock one ear back 90 degrees, the other ear the opposite direction so they can hear different parts of the field. And they can hear a mouse scurrying through the grass 8-10 feet away, something we never hear on top of our foot. So they have excellent hearing. That's a good baby. Yeah, you get used to this? Oh yeah, that's a good baby. Gotta give them a little security here. This is all new, yes.
Now, lords and ladies, this is one of our threatened species of cat. One of the reasons this cat is threatened is because of those beautiful cheetah-like spots she has. Her fur can be found in the trinket trade, on wallets, keychains, and other small trinkets.
She don't like this
You
crop.
don't like that one? What about this?
Let's try a little feather, something more that's...
Oh, that's a little better.
Might have something here. First, this is all new to her, so it's going to take her a little time to get used to the stage and all the movement here. These are one of the hardest venues for us to do here, with all the movement behind you. Normally we're in a setting where everybody's seated, there's not a lot of movement, then the cats can really focus. But when there's this much movement, they're pretty preoccupied, so very difficult to do. Oh, good baby. Come on, yeah, they're all watching.
Now, as you're well aware, many cats don't like water, but some cats, like the tiger, the jaguar, and the fishing cat, actually like to play in water. This cat in particular will tolerate water and can be found fishing in the shallows with her long legs and her long meat-hooked claws. Now, how many of you have heard of the Savannah cat before? Yeah, the Savannah cat is a hybrid of the serval that we have right here. Can't find one this pretty as a pet.
Now, of course, males are going to be larger. They're going to be, right now, she's still going to get bigger. Her mom's quite a bit bigger. She's weighing in probably about 25 pounds right now, but she'll reach a weight of about 35 pounds, put about 8-10 more pounds on. And of course, males are about 8 pounds bigger. They're about 25% larger than all the cat species. All males are, compared to the females. Good baby. Also, one of her favorite foods, like I said, was ground birds. Well, what they like to do in the tall grass, once they detect some of those ground birds, they'll flush them out like a hunting dog. Once those birds take flight, the serval goes in the air and snags those birds right out of the air with those quick, sharp weapons. All right, I guess she's done.
All right, lords and ladies, one final round of applause for Sheena, the serval. Ooh, that looks like a lot of fun, but I think I'll keep it. Now, lords and ladies, do you want to see a bigger cat? That's what I was hoping for. Now, being natives of Colorado, this is a cat you will be very familiar with. It is one that might stalk you while you are out hiking, hunting, camping, or fishing right here in Colorado. It is a cat with many names. Some you may have heard include catamount, Screamer, Painter, Mountain Lion, Nittany Lion, Florida Panther, and I won't bore you with any more. Lords and ladies, we do like to call the next cat the North American Cougar. So if you'll put your hands together for Whistler, the North American Cougar. Now, as you can see, Whistler does not currently have any spots or stripes. But if you were to have met this cat as a cub, he would look like a very different cat. And that is because cougar cubs are born with spots. They are one of only 2 cats whose spot pattern does not go all the way down to the skin. The other is the lion cub. He needs his spots as a cub because mom has to be able to go out and hunt for herself. Can't exactly take those cubs with her. They provide the cubs with camouflage.
Now, if you remember Whistler from last year, he's gotten quite a bit bigger. He's about full grown now, about 180 pounds, one of the biggest cougars I've seen in captivity. I think the record is about 200, 210, and he might even be a little bit bigger than that. Look at that head on him. He's a big boy, and of course this is our North American big cat that we have here in North America, and you have a lot of here in Colorado. Lots of cougars here in the mountains. They love this mountain terrain. Lots of prey items, lots of places for them to hide. You can see he's got some big, long legs, big, strong back legs there for leaping. And of course, this is one of the best leapers out there, the cougar and the leopard. Now, the cougar's doing quite well. It's the second widest range of any of the cats. Whoops. Come here, Whistler. Come here, Whistler. They range from Alaska, Canada up there, all the way down the tip of South America. It's about 17 different subspecies. Now the cougars in South America are going to be much smaller than the cougars in North America. And what dictates that is what they hunt. They hunt much smaller prey items in South America than up here. I mean, these guys are capable of taking down 300-pound hoof stock here. Come here, Whistler. Come here. Atta boy.
Now, fortunately for this cat, the fact that he does not currently have a pattern does keep him out of the fur trade. When people are searching for furs, they're looking for spots, stripes, beautiful colors. To put it delicately, no one wants to wear a dull coat like that.
Thank you.
Now, there is an important distinction between a big cat and a great cat, and that is the ability to roar, determined by the hyoid bone structure right here in the throat. A cat can either roar or purr, they cannot do both. Now, lords and ladies, you know what to do if you see one of these cats in the wild. Shout it out. Run, please don't run, lords and ladies. I recommend you get big, make a lot of noise. Throw things if you can, but do not bend over and pick up a rock because that will make you vulnerable. And again, do not run because this cat has nothing better to do than chase you.
And if none of that works, bring somebody with you a little slower than you. And that neighbor you don't like for that free camping trip. These guys watch you, stalk you every day when you're out in the woods, when you're hiking and camping. They follow you, they trail you, and you don't even know they're trailing you. But they trail off. They realize you're not part of their prey base. The cougar is a cat that purrs. Very mellow disposition for a big cat. They rarely go after people.
Now, lords and ladies, let's have one final round of applause for Whistler, the North American Cougar. Now is the perfect time for a bit of a public service announcement. No matter what you see between us and the cats here on this stage today, they are not pets. Please, do not come up at the end of the show and ask me where you can get your very own cougar. Your neighbors won't appreciate it. But in all seriousness, we are professionals. And when we are not here, we are at the park working with these cats every day. We don't have families. We don't have social lives. We have cats. But if you absolutely must go home with a cat at the end of the show today, if you'll take a look to your left, you'll see our merchandise booth where we have non-lethal cats we are willing to sell and send home with you. And by non-lethal, I mean stuffed animals. The only non-lethal cats they make. There's a lot of fun stuff over there, and all proceeds do go right back into the care of the cat. Now the next cat we are going to introduce is another one you might be familiar with, but not quite as familiar as the cougar. She is a medium-sized cat from Siberia. Lords and ladies, if you'll please put your hands together for Linka, the Siberian lynx.
I've heard of Siberian lynxes and Iberian lynxes too.
Oh, yay. We remember that trick, don't we?
You might remember Linka from last year. She was a much younger little kitten too. Now if they're big cats, they're called cubs. If they're medium to small cats, they're called kittens. So two different names for those babies. Only a little headbutt, little security. That's a little security. And only lynx do that. They headbutt all the time, no matter what species. This is the Siberian lynx, found in Russia, the largest of the lynx family. You're probably familiar with the Canada, North American lynx. A little bit grayer in color, a little bit furrier. Bigger feet, but shorter in stature. These are the largest of the lynx, found in Siberia, Russia. She's a female. She's going to get a little bit bigger, but males can weigh in at 60 pounds. And in a few weekends, we will have her little cousin or her sister had some baby lynx at home, and one of the little babies is going to be here in about 2 weekends. They're adorable when they're cute and little, and he's a male, so he's going to be here in the next couple of weekends if you want to come back and check him out. We'll also have a baby tiger also coming with us. That's a good girl. So big feet, not going to be a great leaper. If you want to be a leaper, you want that shorter leg action. Although all cats are fairly good leapers. She's going to be pounding the snow, going after prey items. Her main diet, of course, is going to be the snowshoe hare. So she's kind of built like a rabbit. Are you hungry? Nope. And that's because that's their main diet. 80% of their diet is the snowshoe hare. So when the rabbit zigs and zags, the lynx can zig and zag. Big ears for good hearing, because those rabbits burrow themselves under the snow, and they got to be able to hear those rabbits under the snow to detect them. Remember, 80% of their diet's going to be the snowshoe hare, so they're really driven by that. Although lynx are very powerful, all the cats are, of course. They can take down prey items 2 or 3 times their own size. So lynx can take down 100-pound deer. Not much bigger than that. And they can't wrestle them down like a tiger or a cougar. What they'll do is they'll wait up in a tree on a game trail, wait for them to walk by, kick out a small doe, drop right down on top of them, sink the claws in the side of the neck, the teeth in the back of the neck, and they'll ride that deer down for a couple of miles till they wear him down. That's the only way they can get him on the ground. We tried her little furry crop here. She always loved this little furry crop here. No. Oh.
Now, lords and ladies, as you mentioned, this cat does have big floppy paws, and the more she moves, the more you see it. She does have those paws for a reason. Her paws allow her to puff her paws out and walk on top of the snow like snowshoes.
That's a good girl. It's always this first weekend we have to just let them check everything out. Oh, no, you guys left her. Stay on the stage.
She likes stuffies.
They all want to play with the stuffies. See, back home at the park, we have a nice big gift shop, and all the cats get to run the gift shop and play in the gift shop. And of course, they get to play with all the stuffies, so the staff makes them all neat, puts them all nice in a row on the shelf, and then they come back in the next day, they're all over the place. They don't like I let the cats loose in the gift shop. It's good enrichment for the cats. They love it. Good girl, you're doing so good. It's been a while. It's been 10 months since she's been on the stage, so you're doing very good. Look at those long legs. Look, now you can see how she's built like a rabbit. She's got rabbit legs. Oh, there's a rabbit on top of her head. Yes. I see.
I thought there was a rabbit.
Whoa. Yeah, there's a rabbit. Whoa! Luckily you work for us.
That's why we have them there, lords and ladies.
We like this cat action. Yeah, uh-huh. You gotta put your head the other way though, so.
Let's have a quick round of applause for our professional cat toy, Kelly. You can't have that rabbit. Come on. Now, lords and ladies, I'll take this opportunity to tell you a little bit more about Great Catskills Park.
Come on, we'll get her later.
Great Catskills Park covers almost 12 acres of space to house our over 50 cats. And at the facility, we give our cats lots of toys, something we like to call enrichment, whether it be a log, a branch, a pumpkin, a watermelon, something fluffy at the end of a stick. But lords and ladies, many of our cats, especially our big cats, tend to prefer a cardboard box. Because sometimes a cat is a cat is a cat.
Scaredy cat.
So a while to get her off stage. She liked that little spot. She liked that last year too. Come on.
She's in the shade now. She'll take a moment. Now, lords and ladies, let's have one final round of applause for Leica, the Siberian lynx. Now, as I was mentioning previously, there is a big difference between a big cat and a great cat, and that is the ability to roar, determined by the hyoid bone structure. A cat can either roar or purr. They cannot do both. Of 7 species of big cat, we do have 2 purring cats. And that includes the cheetah and the cougar that you met earlier in the show. Now, although the cougar is a purring cat, it is capable of many different vocalizations, including chirps, whistles, hisses, meows, and that infamous cougar scream. But no worries, lords and ladies, that call is not a threat to you. That is actually the call of a female in heat. So you hear one call, you've got a cougar in your area. You hear a similar call in return, you've got 2 cougars in your area, and soon enough, you're going to have about 5. But we do have 4 roaring cats, and these are what we call the great cats. What are the great cats? Shout them out. Lions, tigers, bears. Bears are not cats, lords and ladies. I know it's confusing. It's lions, tigers, jaguars, and the next cat we are going to introduce. The next cat understands better than any cat that I know that applause is approval. Not only will he work for it, he kind of demands it. He's a little bit of a diva, so when he comes on stage, I do need you to make as much noise as possible. Lords and ladies, if you'll please put your hands together for Dexter, the Black Panther.
This is Dexter's routine. He's a lounge cat. He does, and Dexter doesn't do any rehearsals. We did a couple of rehearsals with the other cats, but Dexter refuses to do any rehearsals. That's been his format ever since he's been a cub. Here, let's start over here. No, come on. We're starting over here. Let's both try to remember this here. Now, Dexter's 8 years old, so he's getting up there. 160 pounds, pound for pound, second strongest cat on the planet. Capable of taking 300-pound prey items down. Not only will he take those prey items down, but he'll put them in his jaws and hike them straight up into a tree. The reason they do that is to protect their kill from hyenas, lions, other predators that will steal their hard-earned catch.
Now, many people ask us, how do you make the cats do that? And the answer is, we don't make these cats do anything. We ask very politely. As you can see, Dexter is perfectly capable of training his own Catman. Well, this is not technically a trained cat act that you're seeing on stage here today. These are natural behaviors with positive reinforcement. Let him hear you.
And those 3-inch daggers can dispatch you within 30 to 60 seconds. A leopard is the most dangerous cat on the planet. That's why you don't see them very often in a form like this, or circuses, movies, or commercials, because they're extremely unpredictable. They've been known to go into villages in Africa and Asia to pull people right out of their beds while they're sleeping. While other people are sleeping in the same room, they don't hear a thing. Imagine that. There's no predator in the world that bold or has that kind of stealth.
Now leopards have also been referred to as beach cats. And that is because if you put together all 9 subspecies of leopard, you have the cat with the largest range of all cats. And with that comes a large range of food items, from small rodents to large host stuff. And as the Catman mentioned, this is the cat most frequently documented for hunting and eating people. As the crowd goes silent. Lords and ladies, one final round of applause. Now, lords and ladies, are you enjoying the show so far? I don't believe you. Good. Because I do have a few more friends from Great Cats World Park that I'd like to introduce to you. Would you like to meet them? I was hoping you'd say that. Lords and ladies, if you will please turn your attention to the center aisle or either side of the stage, you'll see my friends waving hands or baskets above their heads. They're from Great Cats World Park. At the end of the show, they will be meandering through the audience, so if they pass by and you enjoyed the cats you met here today, please feel free to put something in the basket. Just a reminder that all proceeds do go right back into the care of the cats. Now, lords and ladies, the next cats we are going to introduce are some very adorable babies. Lords and ladies, they are commonly referred to as the king of the jungle, the stars of a movie that is soon to come out. You'll please put your hands together to welcome the newest additions to Great Cats World Park, the unnamed baby lions. Now, lords and ladies, they are very young, so it might take them just a moment to come on stage. Let's give them some soft encouragement. Let's see what they can. That was such a good song. So a giraffe walks into a bar. The guy walks into the bar, or the giraffe walks in the bar and lays down. The guy walks into the bar and asks the bartender, "What's this lion here?" The bartender says, "That's not a lion, it's a giraffe." Lords and ladies, I can see him coming. Here he comes. There, that's a good way to do it, lords and ladies.
Nope, I don't think so.
So this is their first appearance in front of a large group like this here. So we're just going to let them chill out here. I don't think they've ever seen this many people here. That's okay. They're all friendly. That's okay. Good baby. That's a good boy. Good boy. And these are 2 brothers, and they do have a 3rd brother who will be out at our booth here hanging out later today. So there's 3 in the litter, and they're all boys. And these guys are only about 9 weeks old. Awfully big. Look at those big paws. And of course, being males, they're going to have that big, beautiful mane, which will take 4 years before that big mane comes in. When they're 2 years old, they look like a punk rocker with a mohawk ridge going down the middle. And no female will ever breed these young males. Females in the wild are only going to breed the males with the full big mane. So you got to have a lot of status to be able to breed with those females. That's okay. It's okay.
Now, lords and ladies, on behalf of myself, the Catman, and our friends from Great Cats World Park, I do sincerely hope you enjoyed being here with us today. It is our mission to educate and to entertain, and it is your support that helps us to make that possible. You're so lovely. Yes? Yes?
I'll spend the
Boy.
rest of my
If everybody could just, when you come up, just approach slowly. We're going to acclimate these guys. This is going to be part of their acclimation.
The little boys are going to stay on stage, so do feel free to come up to the rope and get a closer look again, slowly. Boys and ladies, let's have one final small round of applause for yourself and the cast we met here on stage today. Thank you for supporting the Great Cats, and enjoy the rest of your day at the Colorado Renaissance